Hi everyone, hope you are all doing good. So today I'm going to record one more session from from this list of items that I mentioned, which are required to differentiate skills for anyone. Okay, so this is a video which is already created. So we have already gone through the list of items, all the 15 items, and then I have covered another video covering one of these items, like which is use of virtual environment. This is already done. So if you want to go through, the videos are available in my channel. You can just go through the video which is explaining all these points at a high level, and then the video that is explaining about the virtual environment, right? Because I promised that I will do one video each for all these items, right? So for this item I have already done the video, and as part of advanced topics, command line arguments is there. That is one of the topic. So there are list of items that are available, like design patterns, data structures, lambda functions. So many advanced concepts are there. So one video obviously won't be enough, but I have already done command line arguments video. So that is also available in the channel. You can just search and then go through. I will also try to provide a link in the description of this video. So today I'm going to cover the first item, which is use of IDEs. Right, this is what we are going to cover in this video today. But I just want to provide a quick update as far as this particular slide is concerned. So I have added a new item 15th. Right, I have actually, this is a refined list again. I was wondering how I missed this one, right? Being a certified Scrum Master and certified Scrum Product Owner, and also being a Agile Champion, and also being a DevOps practitioner, right? I don't know how I missed this initially, but it is not just enough for anyone to have just programming skills, technical skills also, because you will always be working as part of a team. So you also need to know the process, what is followed, and how to collaborate and all. That is where the software development methodologies will come into picture. So Agile is quite popular these days, and then XP, DevSecOps, so many things are there. Probably we will cover in a separate video about these items. Okay, so let us get started for now. Okay, Python virtual environment I have already completed, as I mentioned. You can just go through the video. So today topic is about IDEs, integrated development environments. What are IDEs? So whenever you write a program, right, you can use, program is just a, we are writing in English, right? You can just open any text pad or notepad, any text editor, text edit, probably for Mac. Okay, you can just open any text editor and then start writing programs, but that is not a good practice, and it is not recommended one, and it is not going to improve your productivity or efficiency. That is where IDEs will come into picture. IDE is nothing but integrated development environment. So integrated development environment means like it helps you in multiple ways to improve the productivity of a developer or programmer or software engineer, because it provides a lot of things for you free of cost, right? As part of an environment, it is just a user interface. When I say integrated development environment, it is just a UI desktop application that is available, where it will provide you a lot of additional points, right? Additional hints while writing programs. Like for example, syntax highlighting is something that it provides automatically. Whenever there is a particular syntax, when you make some syntax errors and all, it will automatically highlight. Code complete suggestions, code formatting, multiple things can be done by using IDEs automatically. And also it comes with some built-in tools like for debugging your code, or terminal is also there, where you don't need to go to a Mac terminal or a command prompt on Windows separately, or even a shell on Linux, right? It is built in to the IDE itself, where you can perform any terminal level operations or look at the output, all those things. And it has comes with compilation, build and test without leaving the tool, right? While you are in the tool itself, in the user interface itself, you will write the program, you will build the program, you will test the program, you will run. Everything can be done within the same interface itself. That is why it is called integrated development. That is, multiple things are integrated here, combined here. Version control is also possible if you are using any Git repositories and all. Again, that is a separate topic anyway. I'm going to cover in a different video. But if you already are, if you are aware, then version control is also, that is something that is possible. Within the IDE itself, we can send the code to your Git repository or pull the code. All those things are possible. And essentially, it just helps you to provide, get to enhance your productivity, right? So like code refactoring, organization of imports, especially for Java programs, right? Whenever you are trying to use some classes from the packages that are already available as part of Java, if you don't import those packages, obviously your program cannot be compiled, right? But organized imports will help you even if you don't remember the name of those packages, right? IDE will help you to, this particular feature of organized imports will help you to get all the packages, import all the packages automatically just with a click of some, I think, Control Shift K or something. I don't remember the shortcut. Automatically, it will import all the packages that are where the classes are used in your class, right? In your code. Find and replace across all files, and then providing template code, right? All these things are possible, and also IDE capabilities can be extended, right? Lot of extensions, hundreds or even thousands of extensions are available. You may probably call it, heard them as plugins or add-ons, right? Whatever is the case. And these are some of the, just not a comprehensive list, but I just want to show you what are the advantages of IDEs at a high level. And then popular IDEs, when you look at integrated development environments, there are so many things available, right? In the beginning days of my career, like in 1998, obviously we used to use shell prompt or notepad and all. But after that, a lot of IDEs emerged. So JBuilder is one of the IDE. So I have given the links also if you want to just go through. And WSAD, WebSphere Application Developer, that I have used this while working in the World Bank in Washington, D.C. Back in 2001, right? So that is where WSAD is one of the popular IDE. I don't know if this is available still, but Eclipse is another popular IDE which is widely used by all the developers. And IntelliJ IDEA is another IDE that is available. NetBeans is also available. So I have worked on each of them, and each of them have their own pros and cons, and most of them are good, right? So don't worry like which IDE to use, right? It mostly whatever you are comfortable with, you can just get comfort with one IDE that is good enough for you. And if you join a company, if that company is using a different IDE, since you are already familiar with one IDE, you will not take much time to upskill yourself and then transition to a new IDE as per the organization environment. So generally we go as per the organization requirement, whatever they use, that is what I recommend to use. But generally you can at a personal level, right, you can get some familiarity with at least one of the IDEs like Eclipse or Visual Studio. Visual Studio is also for from Microsoft, right? For VC++ coding and all, we used to use Visual Studio widely, right? And then .NET developers also will use. Visual Studio Code is also there. This is another popular IDE where multiple programming languages you can code, right? Not just Python, not just Java, not just C. Multiple programming languages it supports. So this is one of the popular, probably you can say my favorite IDE in as Visual Studio Code, right? So these are all the popular IDEs that are available. So now, since I'm covering all these topics in the context of Python, right? So this particular video is going to be interesting, where you will be able to appreciate what is an IDE and why we need an IDE, because I'm going to cover not just the IDE part, starting from the basics, right? What are all the different options that are available, and how IDE will help you to improve the productivity, right? So let us look at them from a Python context point of view. We are also going to write some interesting programs as part of the demos and hands-on sessions that we are going to cover in this particular video. So let us get started. So one of the options that you have to write any Python program is REPL, right, which is an interactive mode, because Python is not like Java or C where you need to compile. It is not a compiler program, it is interpreter. So you can directly write the code and run the code immediately. So if you have installed Python, right, I will just open my command prompt. Okay, and then if you have already installed Python, well and good. Otherwise, I think I have done a separate video how to install and set up Python. But if you have already installed Python, all you need to do is just come to your terminal or command prompt and type Python and enter. That's it. So if you see your command prompt has changed. Now you are in Python environment. This is what is called as REPL, right? Read, eval, print loop. So here I can write some Python code, right? I can just do 23 plus 45 something. It will just give, and then I can just say this is REPL, any message. Okay, that's it. But here, as you can see, this is not user friendly because one line at a time you have to write, because generally if you take any program you will have hundreds of lines of code, okay, that is available. So this is not user friendly, but just for basic stuff probably you can use REPL. So this is very fundamental basic programming style that is available. So I will just exit, close this. So let me go back to PPT. What is the second option? The second option that you have here is, okay, I think multiple things are open. Command line text editors, right? You can use edit in Windows or Nano in Linux or Mac OS or VI, Vim, right? So many editors are available. So you can just do the programs there also. For example, let me open the command prompt again. I will just show you what I mean. So if you go to your command prompt, so in Windows command, generally you have edit command, right? That is where you can get a text file. You can create a text file. Let us say mypython.py. I'm just writing one sample file. So it is going to open an editor, right? Where you can just write the program. So I will press enter and then you can write the program. Let us say print. I'm just writing some symbol. Probably I will just multiply this by 20 times, right? And then I will exit, I will save, and then you can just do Python and then mypython.py. Mypython.py, that's it, right? So that is a program. And for example, if you want to take a number from the user, right? It is not just one line, right? As in the case of REPL, you can actually write multiple lines of program. For example, let me modify the code mypython.py. Probably what I can do is I can just take a number from the user. Let us say the program that I am planning to write is, let us say you take a number from the user and let us say they have entered number 10. So starting from 1 up to the given number 1 to 10, I want to display all the numbers, but not just in a decimal form, but I also want to display the same numbers, each number in octadecimal format, hexadecimal format and all. So to take any number from the user, input is the method. So enter any number to display all the numbers, or I don't want to expand anyway. I will just say enter any number. We know the program. Okay. So now whatever the value that they are going to enter, you know that by default it is considered as a string. Since I am talking about a number, you need to typecast it. So you can just typecast it to integer. Now I will get a number. So starting from for probably any number, right? I will just use a for loop for I in range of starting from 1 up to the given number, right? Up to the given number. I just want to display number, right? Print. If I just do n here, let me close the program. If I run the program now, it will just ask a number. Let us say I'm giving 12. So 1 to 12 it is displaying. 1 to 11 it is displaying. If you want to get 1 to 12, I can just change the program, but this is not what we want, right? We want to print the numbers, decimal numbers, and also the binary and hexadecimal forms and octadecimal form also, for example. If that is the program that you want to write, what I can do is I will open the code again. Instead of up to the given number, if you want, I can just do num plus 1 here, range function. And then let us say decimal equal to given number, and then binary equal to, I'm just using a built-in function. See, in olden days, right, C++, when I was learning in during 1997, 1998, right, we used to write these programs on our own, the entire coding, because you know how to convert a given number into binary form, hexadecimal form. On paper, how do you do that, right? In mathematics, we learned it. We used to implement that code in C, C++, and all just for fun to get more hands-on experience. But now many programming languages are having built-in methods, right? I will just use some built-in functions here. Binary form is bin, I believe. Let me just see. If we get any error, I will change it. Otherwise, binary format, and then let us say octa format, octadecimal is equal to OCT of number, and then hexadecimal is equal to hexadecimal form X. I think X is the built-in method in Python. Let me just save this program, and then I will run the program. Edit my Python. Sorry, not edit. Run the program. I will just run it. Python. I will give number 5, right? So now I got, right, decimal is 1, binary format is this one, and then octadecimal format, hexadecimal format. Okay, so that's it. So this is how, if you saw that particular program, it has multiple lines, not like in the case of Repel. When compared to Repel, this is little advanced, where you can write multiple lines. But the problem is you need to remember, you need to know exactly the syntax and all, how to write the program. If you make any mistake, it is just a plain text editor, right? It is not going to provide any help or guidance, right, to help the programmer or the developer. Okay, so that is why it is also not a advanced or recommended thing, unless you are just trying to learn and then do something on your own. Okay, so that is one example. Similarly, I just used edit here, but if you are on Linux or Unix and all, like as I mentioned, you have VI and then Vim and then Nano, all those uh, different editors are available at the command level. Okay, terminal. Next one is script or program, where you can use any text editor, notepad, textpad, anything I can use. And then you can just write the code. And Atom is also one of the popular editor that I have used sometime in the past. This is actually developed by GitHub. So let me just show you what I mean. I will just probably open Notepad. I also have Notepad++, but let me just open Notepad for now. I will write a new program. Okay, and what you want to write, let us say I just want to take a number from take a string from the user, and I want to display whether it is a palindrome or not, which is again popular interview question in good olden days, right? And also even nowadays at the beginner level, this is a general question. Take a string and write a program to find out whether it is a palindrome or not. So what I will do, I will just write the Python code. I will just say print, ask the user, right? So enter the string that you want to verify. Verify for palindrome, right? I am just asking the user to enter the string that they want to verify. So I will just take, because the user will enter some value, I want to take that input. So that is where you have to use the input method, not print method. So I will just use input method, and then I will store that string in some variable. And let me just print for now, given string is equal to, that's it, right? And then I will save the program. let us say I'm saving in C temp, right? In temp location, I'm just saving. By default, it is .txt, but I don't want .txt, right? I want .py. That's why I will just use double quotes here. I will just say palindrome.py, some name I am giving. So now I will just open command prompt again because I want to run the program now. So writing is done. To run the program, I need to come to that particular location, cd temp, and then Python palindrome.py. That's it. Enter any string. I will just give ABCD. So given string is ABCD, but that is not we want, right? We want to find out whether it is a palindrome or not. Again, you can use for loop, while loop and all, right? Just to go through from first character to then last character. That is what we used to do in C, C++, right? As I mentioned back in 1997-98 days when we learned. We used to take these kinds of assignments and write the entire code on our own. All you need to do is store that reverse string into some other variable and compare whether both the values are same. Then if both are same, you say it is a palindrome string because reverse string and forward string both are same. You say it is a palindrome. Otherwise, it is not a palindrome. But now I don't want to take that much trouble here. I will just the string is stored as a list. So what I can do is I can just use a slicing, right? I will just say if given string is equal to reverse string. How do you get reverse string? I will just use slicing here. Starting from beginning to list slicing is one of the method, right? That you can use. Starting from beginning to end and in a reverse direction. Reverse direction is -1. If both are same, I will just say print uh, given string is palindrome, else print given string is not a palindrome, something. Okay, so I'm just giving some message. Let me save this program now. Control S, or you can just use file save, Control S, whatever is convenient for you. Now I will run the program. Again, I am already there in the command prompt at that location. So I will enter some, let us say river. I'm just giving some value river. Given string is river. Given string is not a palindrome because if I just reverse that, you will not get it. Let me run the program and then this time I will try to give some string which is probably race car, for example. Let us say race car, right? So if I reverse race car, it is same. So the given string is palindrome. That's it. Okay. So this is what we can do. But as you can see, this is simple text editor again, right? There is no syntax highlighting and automatic code completion. Those things are not available. Again, this is not a recommended approach unless you want to take the burden of remembering the entire syntax and then taking care of all the programming rules, right, on your own. Then okay, this is good for practice, but not a recommended option. So let me just go back to the PPT. So again, I have just shown in Notepad, but you can use Notepad++, TextPad, Sublime Text and all. Notepad++, I believe it just provides some additional hints for you, but not too much of help. Like IDE can provide much more help, and we will see that right during the demo. IDE demo we'll see. Idle is another integrated development and learning environment. This is default IDE that is bundled with Python. If once you install Python software, you will get this automatically. All you need to do is just search for idle. That's it. Right? You will get it. That's all. If you already have Python installed on your machine, you will have idle. All I need to do is file, new file. This is another text editor where I can write some program and then, but you don't need to go to the command prompt. So this is little advanced, right? Let me just show you. Let me just write a program. For example, assume that I have some numbers, list of numbers, right? Numbers is equal to, I will just give 34, 55, 78, 121, comma, 456, comma, whatever numbers, right? Let us say this has some list of numbers, right? And I want to display only even numbers from the list, right? So if I just do print numbers, you will just get the entire list, right? What you need to do. So now you can write multiple lines, right? 2 lines, 3 lines, because it is a text editor. Again, you can write 100 lines of code, no problem. Once you write, then Control S for saving. Let me just save the program for now. I will just go to ctemp. ctemp. I will just say even numbers. Some name I am giving. See here, I don't need to give .py and all, because this is a Python editor. So automatically the file type will be Python file only. I'm just giving the file name. And you don't need to go to command prompt, right, to run the program. Here itself it is available. You can just click on run and then run mode. Right. So now it is just displaying all the numbers, but I don't want to get all the numbers. I want to get only even numbers. So let me just say even numbers, even underscore numbers is equal to, again you can just go through for loop, right, or while loop, go from beginning to the end of the list, and then see if it is percentage by percentage 2, right? If you divide the number by 2 and the remainder is 0, that is why I am using percentage there, right? If you use percentage 2, then you can say it is a even number, store it in a separate list. Otherwise it is not a even number, right? So but here I don't want to take that button. I will just use some advanced concept, because I am already having list, right? What I can do is I can just make use of list comprehension here. So what I can do is, for let us say I want to get all the numbers, right? For n in uh, for n in what is that, from the list, from the all the list. So this for loop will actually go through all the list, and list of all the numbers from the entire list, and then I want to get only if the number is divided by 0, if n percentage to equal to 0. That's it, right? I think this should do the job. Let me just see. N for n in numbers is this list. So now n will become 34, n will become 55, n will become 78, like that. So this will go through, and if n percentage, if this condition is satisfied, then only it will come into this particular list. Otherwise it won't come. So I think, let me just display now, even numbers is equal to even underscore nums, the variable value. I am saving the program, I am running the program. That's it, right? So now if you see, out of all the numbers, I am getting only the even numbers. This is called list comprehension. Again, you know how to comment in Python, right? I can just list comprehension. Using list comprehension method, okay, to get all even numbers. That's it, right? We can run the program. So as you can see here, this is little advanced compared to normal text editor, because if you are writing the program in text editor, yes, you can write multiple lines, but the problem is, again, you need to go to command prompt and all to run the program. Here you can directly run the program, and if you see command line arguments video, that is available. Run configuration, run customized is also available, where you can pass some parameters to this particular program, that is covered in the command line arguments video. So if you are interested, you can go through that advanced concept as well. Okay. So let me go back. This is about idle that is available as part of your Python software. What are the other options? Right, as you can see, the starting from beginning interactive code, this is only one line, right, to command line script. It is, the flexibility is more. You have more flexibility, where I can write more lines of code, and then I can run. Now I'm able to run within the uh, IDE itself, right, in case of IDE. So the other option that we have is, if I don't have Python installed on my machine, right, let us say I want to just practice Python, but I don't want to install the software, I don't have the time and or I'm not interested, I just want to experiment. So many options are available where you can write the Python code on the in the browser itself, okay, without installing any software. Again, Jupyter Notebook, Jupyter Labs, Google Colab, right? So these are all the options that are available. Let me just show you what it means. Probably I can just do a separate video on this one. I won't be able to cover in depth here, but let me just open my browser. Let me just say, okay, I want to open Edge, for example, jupyter.org. Okay, so you just go to that particular browser, for example. See, this jupyter.org is uh, one of the URL, right, where I can find Jupyter Notebooks or Jupyter Labs, and Google Colab is also there. Let me see what we can cover today. So you just go to that particular URL jupyter.org, and you can just click on try in your browser. That's it. You can install locally also if you want to install the software on your laptop, and then if you want to try that, you can do that. But for now, I will just click on try in browser. So this is going to open another window where you can just open any Jupyter Labs environment, right? So you can run C++ code. So many options are available. R code is also there. But for now, I will just run the classic one, Jupyter Notebook. This is Jupyter Lab. Jupyter Lab is advanced one. Again, as I told you, I don't want to cover the notebooks and labs, what are the differences and what are all the multiple options that are available, because this is also one of the notebooks is popular option that is available. But here in this video, I just want to show you all the options at a high level. I cannot go in depth, but if you are interested to know more about these notebooks, Google Colab, Jupyter Lab and all, just let me know in the comments, and then I will try to do a separate video. For now, what I will do is I will just click on that Jupyter Notebook, and where it will open the interface, and you can write the code there. That's it. This is the interface. Now I can write any code here, right? All you need to do is just click on this plus symbol, insert a cell below, right? And then see, already I think I have a program here that I have written, right? So let me just, this is Jupyter Notebook. I'm just writing some Python code here. You can write multiple lines. You can just press enter and then write 2 lines, 3 lines, underlines also, no problem. Once you write the code, all you need to do is run this, click on this particular icon, right, to run that particular code, right, the code that is available in that cell, or shift enter. You can just press shift and enter also. That's it. Okay, so this is another program I think I have written earlier. I'm just taking some number from the user and then just displaying some tower, right, with some symbol. Okay, so let me run this program again. Tower height, let us say I want to give a tower height of 20, right? So that is 20. That means up to 20. Here 20 and then here 19, all those things up to tower, right? Again, this is inverted right angle triangle. You can just try 1 to up to the given number. You can modify the code, or you can just use a proper triangle, right? From the beginning, 1, 2 dots, 3 dots, like that. We used to do all these experiments during C++ learning days. I used to teach my students as well in AppTech and then NIT Computer Education, because that will give them more excitement and then more hands-on experience if you try that way. That's all, right? And then there is a markup and so many other options are available. I don't want to go through those options for now. So let me go back to the PPT. So we have just covered Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Lab is also there. As I mentioned, you can just click on that Jupyter.org again, as I have shown you. Let me just show you again anyway. So this is a tabbed environment. Compared to Jupyter Notebook, Jupyter Lab is more advanced. It has better interface, and then you can work with the multiple Jupyter Notebooks. It is a tabbed environment. This is what it is, right? Jupyter Lab. Just click on that. You don't need to install Python or anything on your local computer, right? You can just click on this plus symbol to insert a code cell, or you can create a new notebook also, right? New notebook also you can create. Just go to file and then say new notebook, right? And then start creating. Let me just write a small program here also. So let me just let us say I want to display date and time, right? Current date and time. Today is 23rd January. Let us see. Uh, what I want to do is I want to use some standard library that is available in Python. I will just to import date time, and then that is a standard library of Python. I will just say current is equal to date time dot now. That is a method that is available inside that particular module. Let me run it again. Shift enter, or you can just press this button to run the code. Right? What is showing module date time has no attribute now. Oh, okay. I have to do date time dot date time. Otherwise, what I can do is I can just give some alias name dt dot date time dot now. I think this should work. Okay. So and then I will display that current value, print current. Okay. So this is the current date. If you want to grab only date and time also, that is possible, right? I can just do date is equal to current dot date, and then time is equal to current dot time. Just using that built-in methods, shift enter or press that button. So now you can see, right, date value, time value. So how to display current date and time in Python, we have covered here just as an example. Okay, that is what is Jupyter Lab. And the next one is Google Colab, again another popular option, especially in Python world, and more specifically for data science AI/ML engineers, right? Because what is the URL? Colab.google.com. That's it. You just have to type colab.google.com. Similar environment, online environment will be available. So welcome notes is there, or I can just create a new notebook. Let us just click on this button, new notebook. It will create a new notebook for you where you can write the code. See, the beauty is you can not only just write code and run the code, you will be able to share the code also very easily because it is available online. All you can do is you can just download that notebook file and then keep it with you or store it in a GitHub repository. Check in that particular thing and you can collaborate with multiple people. This is available online, right? This is not on my local machine. Okay, so I can just say print some message. This is Google Colab. Again, you can just press this button, right, to run the code or shift enter, whatever works for you, whatever you want to do. I'm just running that. That's it. This is Google Colab. And why I said that this is specifically of interest for AI/ML and data science people is Google Colab is providing GPUs also free of cost. If you want to run your powerful models, AI/ML, data science, compute intensive jobs, then CPUs are not available, which are available only in available in Jupyter and Jupyter Lab. Only CPU processing time will be available. If you want to get GPUs and TPUs, that is where you need to use Google Colab. If you just go to runtime and then click on change runtime type, right, you can see GPUs are available. So you can just switch to GPU or TPU and then start running your AI/ML and data science, right? So work. That is where Google Colab is more popular in the data science AI/ML world. So these are all the options that are available. And in addition to this, other online options, online editors, right? LMS portals, probably if you have used W3 schools or some other learning management system, they may just provide a built-in space, right, where you can write the code and run the code to try on the browser. So these are all the options. Next one is very popular again in the Python world. Anaconda. Anaconda is also available. It's a Python distribution for Python and R programming languages where many packages are available. If you just install Python, you get only some set of packages. But with Anaconda, you will have, I think, thousands of packages that are available. Comes with over 300 packages, right? And 7,500 optional packages for SciPy, TensorFlow, PyTorch, NumPy, Pandas, right? Or like Oliver data science works or data visualization work, data analytics work, whatever you want to perform. These are the popular libraries that are available. So you get all these things, and also you will get Anaconda Navigator, Conda command line. Spider is another popular ID, right, which I have used sometime, probably for about 6 months. Another popular ID that is available. Jupyter Notebook, everything is available. Let me just show you. I will just go to anaconda.com. So you can just download here and just try to explore. But I think I have already installed. Let me just open Anaconda on my machine. I should have it. I have installed some time back Anaconda Navigator, right? So let me open it. So I am opening Anaconda Navigator. So there is a Conda utility that is available. Once I install, let me just show you. I will just open command prompt. So once I install Anaconda, what you get is you can not only run the Python programs, you will get something called Conda utility. If I just type Conda and press enter, see, it is waiting. It is not saying unknown command or anything. It is showing me some options that I need to use. That means the Conda utility is for your virtual environments. I have shown one method of using creating virtual environments in Python, but Conda utility is mostly used when you have Anaconda. Conda utility is also there where you can create virtual environments. You can list the virtual environments. You can delete and all virtual environment setup can be done by using the Conda utility, which comes with Anaconda Navigator. Okay, so what happened to my Anaconda Navigator? Did it open or? I think it is just taking some time, but I will just show you. I don't want to probably run any program already. We have spent enough time looking at Jupyter Notebook, Jupyter Lab, Google Colab, and all. So let me just move on for now. What happened? Why it is not showing? Okay, I think it is coming up. Just want to show you the interface. Okay, maybe I don't have enough computing power available. I'm already running so many applications. Yeah, okay, good. Finally, it came up. As you can see on the left hand side, right here in the left hand panel, you see environments is there. So here is where I can create new environments. You can see available environments and all. So if you see Jupyter Notebook is available, PyCharm is another popular IDE for Python developers. Right, that is available. Right, so many options are available as you can see. PyCharm is there, Anaconda AI Navigator. Okay, PyScript is also available. Jupyter Notebook is built in. Again, you can launch, you can install. VS Code is also there. So it gives a lot of options for you. Right, Navigator is giving so many options. Jupyter Lab is also available. Spider is one ID that is available. Right, so many options are available. Uh, the R code also you can write. Right, if I go to environments, you can create a new environment, right, by clicking here, or Conda utility also you can use. Either you can use the user interface or you can create by using utility as well from the command line Conda utility. Let me just close this. I think it is consuming a lot of processing power for me. Let me close this, and then let me just go back to the PPT where we are. Yeah, it has many utilities. That is what we were discussing. Okay, ability to create virtual environment again for if I have a game project separately, web project separately, data science project separately, desktop project separately. Each project will require different libraries. That is where virtual environments will come in handy. isolated environments, right? Again, I recommend you to go through that video if you are not aware of virtual environments. Already I have completed that. The recorded video is available in the channel. So what are the next options? Okay, Jupyter also, if you see, it is good for writing programs without installing software. It is good for you to share the programs and all, but it is a remote environment, isolated environment. You don't have much control, and organizations don't encourage generally, right? From a you cannot maintain lot of code right within your Jupyter notebooks and all. That is where the last option IDEs are coming into picture. So idle is there. It's already covered. We have covered idle, which is coming by default with Python software. What are the things that we have? PyCharm. I told you just a while ago, right? PyCharm is one of the popular IDE that is available and used by Python engineers across the globe. A very popular one, very good one as well. Again, do you want to learn it? Yes, probably I have spent probably a week or so using PyCharm, but that's good enough, right? If you are not interested or if you don't want to spend that time, that is also fine. As long as you know at least one IDE, that is good enough. Visual Studio Code, that is what we are going to use now. Okay, now we came to the actual IDE, and I will show you the magic of ID, actual ID right now. So far, whatever we have used, none of them are actual IDs, right? And we saw the pros and cons. What are the disadvantages? So let us understand what we can do with Visual Studio Code. Many options are available, side panel options, file options. You just open the Visual Studio Code and try to understand uh, what are all the options available. Let me open actually. I have Visual Studio Code installed on my laptop. Okay, just opening it. So debugging option is something that we will see, which is useful skill for any developer. How to put a breakpoint and how to start debugging and then start over like F10, F11. Some commands are there, keyboard shortcuts. We'll see them in action today. Search and replace in all files, right? Because when you have code, generally, if you think about any project code or product code, you will have multiple files, hundreds of files will be there. Sometimes it becomes very difficult to search across all the files for a particular class name, particular method name, or variable. If you want to do those kinds of searches, again, IDE makes your life easy, right? Lot of shortcuts are available. Let me see if Visual Studio Code has opened in my laptop. Okay, where is it? Okay, yep. So this is what I was mentioning. These are all side panel. On the left hand side, if you see left hand side, I'm just scrolling here a little bit. This is Explorer, and here source code control. If you have connected any Git repositories or Subversion, any code repository, you will be able to see here. Extensions, as in I have a lot of extensions already installed. Azure extensions, .NET, right? Azure App Service, Developer CLI, Azure Functions. Maybe I was just doing some POC, and then MCP, Model Context Protocol, and ASNs, Azure Resources, right? You can install C, C++. I just started teaching C to my son who is studying in BITS Pilani after almost 20 years now. I just started again with C. But anyway, so Jupyter Notebook and all you can install as extensions, and then recommended extension also you can see Kubernetes, SQL tools, Gitlabs, so many things are available. I don't want to go through all the extensions, but let me just go back quickly to the PPT. You can run code, you can organize imports, so many things are available. Command palette, terminal output, help menu, video tutorials are also there. Like if you go to help, right, you can see video tutorials. I recommend you to go through the tutorials. Ask VS Code is also there, where you can use AI assistant. which is referred as vibe coding, to write code. Let me just create a new file. I will just show you quickly. I'm creating a new file, Python file. And then as soon as I have done it, let me just resize the window so that it is visible to you completely. Okay, let me close the side panel. I will just close the side panel quickly. I don't want to have the extensions. Okay. I think this window should be good enough for you to see. Okay. So here Control I, generate code Control I. I will just press Control I and then I will give some prompt. Let us assume that I don't know what is Python, how to write programs in Python, but I want to do something with Python. I can just give a prompt here. For example, I can just say, write a program to create analog clock. Let us say I want to create a clock, right, in Python with multiple colors. That's all. I'm just giving some prompt here. If you know what is prompt engineering and all, I don't want to go into the details again. Here I'm just giving some English text here. Right? Write a program to create analog clock in Python with multiple colors. That's it. You just need to press enter or see this icon, right? You just click on that and then automatically it will start generating the code for you. You can even attach Claude. For example, Claude, even companies are allowing Microsoft Copilot, Gitlabs and all as AI coding assistant these days. So it has generated some code automatically for me, as you can see. Import Tick Inter C Math. I don't even know what are all those packages, right? Just installed and imported packages, and then it has written some code also. Even if you don't understand, that is fine. It is code is generated. Let me just test this code. I will just run this quickly. I'm just running the code. Okay, it is asking me to save. I will just save it as my clock. That is okay. I'm using Python to run the program. Okay, see. You can see it has just generated a beautiful clock for me. I don't even know how to write programs, right, with different colors and all. And once the AI generates the code, you are still allowed to make changes if at all required as per your business requirements. For example, I will just change the title here. Analog clock is given. Let me just close this. So this is the title, right? I will just say this is my Python clock. I will just change the name. I will just save this. I will run it again. I'm running. As you can see, my Python clock. No one title is changed. Like that, if you want to change the colors or fonts and all, if you understand the code, you are allowed to make any changes. Right? This is the power of vibe coding. Right? You are using AI coding assistant to write the code. So even though you are not a technical person, you can just generate the code. Right? So that is one feature I want to show you. Let me go back to the PPT. Control I generate code. This is what we have covered just now. Run code also we have seen, view menu, command palette, so many things, video tutorials I have shown you. And command you can open. Let me just close this. I will just show you this one also. I will just close the visual source code once. Let me open command prompt. So you can directly open VS Code, or if you have a workspace available where a group of set of files are already there. Let me just go to temp folder. I think that is where we have created some files here. As you can see, if you want to open Visual VS Code from here, right, all you need to do is go to that particular location, that folder, and type code and then code dot. What I'm saying is here open code. Code means VS Code. Dot means in the current directory. That's it. Press enter. It will open the VS Code automatically for you. So that is one shortcut to open VS Code. As you can see on the left hand side in this particular panel, you see that the temp folder is open with whatever the files that we have. These are all the files that we have in the temp folder. Okay. So now I will write a small program. Let me close this welcome. I will create a new file, Python file. And let us say I want to create a simple calculator. My purpose is to show you how to debug the code. So I just want to write a small program. Let us say I want to define some functions to add numbers, sum of a comma b, and then return a plus b. You know, the IDE started understanding what I'm trying to accomplish, and then it is filling in the details automatically. So I'll just press enter. Now I will define another method. Automatically, again, the autofill is happening. The code is automatically getting generated. I'll just press the tab and then press enter again. Multiply automatically. IDE is doing all that. Okay, now division. Again, automatically IDE is doing. So this is the advantage of using IDEs. We did not see this either in a text editor or idle or Python or Jupyter Notebook or Google Colab. All these things will not happen automatically. That is the advantage of IDE. So I will just stop here. I think it is writing some main method also. I don't want to write. So let me save this particular file. I will just stop the code here and I will save this one as my calculator. Now I want to call these methods from a different file. So for that I will create another program, new file, again Python file. Let us say I want to simply import I want to use those methods. That means I need to import that particular module. I can just do import my calculator. See, that is also automatically, the hints are given by the IDE itself. Now I will try to print. Automatically IDE is giving some help. I don't even want to calculate all those things. I don't need to write. I can just do print. Sum is equal to, automatically IDE is filling. Now press enter. Print. Difference. Again, IDE is doing this. Print. Product. It is just giving some random numbers. You can change if you want. Again, I want to do quotient value. Again, IDE is giving. Probably I will just stop here and then without debugging, I will just run the program for now. Let me save this file. I will just say calc test or something. Now let me run the program. Run without debugging. Control F5. I think we just have to select Python somewhere. It is trying to go to live server and all. So let me just run it again. What is this Java language server? Okay, let me close. I think I have too many things opened already, terminals. Let me run the program. Run code. The sum of 3 and 5 is something, difference is something, automatically it is showing. Now I will show you how to debug the code. All you need to do is you just put a debug point, which is F9. How do I know? Again, if you look at the VS Code options, automatically it will show you somewhere. Where is that? You go, okay, I think I need to maximize this. run. If you just see the step over, see toggle breakpoint is F9, and then F10 and F11 for step over and step into. I will just show you. F9, if I press F9, function F9. Okay, you can see this, right? As I press F9, the breakpoint is coming and going. If you can see this at this particular place. Now I have a breakpoint, and you just start the program. To start the program in debug mode, you just have to do F5. See, start debugging is F5, and then step into is F11, step over is F10. So I can just start the program F5. Okay, now I am debugging the program. Okay, Python, make sure that Python debugger is selected here in case if you get any error. And if you have multiple debuggers, you need to make sure that Python debugger is selected. Now it is waiting for me. See, automatically it is not running. Now I need to move to the next level. Next line means I need to go to F10, for example. F10 means it will take you to the next line automatically. If you can see the output also, right, it will keep on changing. I will just press F10 now. F10. Right, sum of 3 and 5 is 8. Only this line is executed. Now it is waiting for me. If I press F10 again, second line is also executed. 10 and 4 is 6. If you can see at the bottom, again it is waiting for me. Now this time I want to go to this particular method, multiply method. That means, but this method is in a different file. It will take me there. I just have to do F11, right? Step into. See, automatically it came to, the control came here. Now you can see on the left hand side also what are the values. A is equal to 6, B is equal to 7 and all. We just have to continue F10 again. It came back to the original program. Again F10, it will go to the next line. If I do F11, again it will go to the other program. So you just walk through step by step that same program, right? And then now if I press F10 one more time, so up to product we got, now quotient also will come. On the left hand side, if you see all the values also, you can observe all the values what is happening. Function F10 if I do, that's it, that is the quotient. Okay, so this is how you can put a debug point. You can put one or even more debug points depending on the complexity of your code and the number of lines that you have. Why I created two different files? I want to show you that okay, the control even can move from from one file to a different file, right? It need not be in the code need not be in the same file. When you try to debug, it will the control can move to the method wherever that particular code is available, right? It will go to that particular file. So this is how you can debug. Okay, so let me go back. So if you don't understand, just try to play the video one more time and then try to follow on your own, right? On your side also, you do some hands-on practice. So you'll be able to understand very easily, right? There are only three commands, right? F9 is for breakpoint, and F10 is for step over. F11 is if you want to go into that method, step into that method, that is F11. Start debugging is anyway F5 if you want to start the debug session. If I don't want to start, I can just do run directly, right? Control F5. Even if I have a debug point, it will automatically run. Okay, so let me go back to PPT. What else? Popular VS Code extensions, GitHub, Jupyter Notebook, Cloud Coding, so many things are there. PDF here, Cloud extension, so many other things are available. Okay, so that's all I want to cover today. I think it's already lengthy, and then I will stop here. And in the future, I am planning to record even more videos on the other topics, right? We have 15 items that are mentioned. Now we have covered one more topic. I'm going to cover cloud concepts. I'm going to cover code documentation, unit testing, all those things. So make sure that you keep a tab on my channel. And until next time, take care. I wish you all the best. Bye bye.